안녕하세요, 터미입니다. Let's have fun learning an exciting language, Korean. The theme of today's class is 가을 단풍이 참 아름다울 거예요. Autumn leaves will be very beautiful. In today's class, you will learn the future tense such as 올릴 거예요. It will be and 올릴게요. I will. After completing today's lesson, you can express your future plans such as I am going to do something tomorrow. And since we learned the present tense, present progressive tense, past tense, and present perfect progressive tense, after learning the future tense today, you can use most tense forms. It's amazing! I am so proud of you. Yay! High five! Also, this is the 20th lesson, so I prepared a special test for you. This test covers lesson number 16 to 20, so it is very good to review what you have learned from my videos. If you learned with me, passing the topic test will be piece of cake. Let's imagine a bright future. 그럼 시작할게요. The title of today's conversation is 가을 단풍이 참 아름다울 거예요. Tammy is listening to Sangmin's plan for next month. What kind of a wonderful plan does Sangmin have? Let's first listen to it with English subtitles. 그럼 들어보세요.
상민 씨는 다음 달에 무슨 계획 있어요? 저는 친구들이랑 등산할 거예요. 등산? 가을 단풍이 참 아름다울 거예요. 네, 맞아요. 내일 백화점에서 사진기나 등산용품을 살 거예요. 그럼 저도 같이 갈게요.
Now, I will explain the vocabularies and phrases while reviewing the conversation one sentence at a time.
상민 씨는 다음 달에 무슨 계획 있어요?
다음 means next. In cafes, a worker often says 다음 손님, which means next customer. In addition, 다음 달 means next month. 다음 주 means next week. And 다음에 means next year. 내년 has the same meaning as 다음에. All words that I mentioned here are very useful when making future tense. So please remember them all. Am I asking too much? I hope not, okay?
저는 친구들이랑 등산할 거예요.
등산하다 means to hike. Similarly, when you say 산에 오르다, it means to climb the mountain.
등산? 가을 단풍이 참 아름다울 거예요.
가을 is autumn. Korea is a beautiful country with 4 seasons. So let's also learn them together. 봄 is spring. 여름 is summer. 가을 is autumn. And 겨울 is winter. In the autumn season, Koreans typically think of 단풍, autumn leaves. I am not sure about your country, but in Korea, autumn leaves change colors very brightly and the scenery is breathtaking. I hope you will see it in the future.
네, 맞아요. 내일 백화점에서 사진기나 등산용품을 살 거예요.
백화점 is department store. Just hearing the word 백화점, I get the image of glittering, fashionable, and luxurious items. Doesn't the word make you excited? 사진기 means camera. You can also say 카메라 as camera. And 등산용품 is hiking equipment. Next, I will explain the grammar. First, let's learn about the future tense 올릴 거예요, which means I will. There are 2 basic patterns and 4 irregular ones. Total would be 6. You may be shocked, but if you understand the yo form, the concept is the same. so it must be easy for you. By the way, there are a few times when the words a stem of a verb or adjective appear in the explanation, and it's so hard for me to repeat several times. So I will just say stem from now on, but you can understand that it implies a verb or adjective. Okay, I will read the basic two patterns first. If a stem has a final consonant, you add 을 거예요. Second, if a stem does not have a final consonant, you add 리을 거예요. Okay? From now, I will tell you irregular ones. If a stem has 리을 final consonant, you just add 거예요 to the stem. Pretty simple, right? For 비읍 irregular, you remove 비읍 final consonant and add 울 거예요. Next, for 디귿 irregular, you remove 디귿 final consonant and add 리을 을 거예요. Last but not least, for 시읒 irregular, you remove 시읒 final consonant and add 을 거예요. Now, let's go through what each rule means one by one. First, you just need to add 을 거예요 after the stem with a final consonant. For example, 그 방은 넓을 거예요. That room will be spacious. Here, there is a final consonant in 넓다, spacious. So, you add 을 거예요, and it becomes 넓을 거예요. It will be spacious. Next, let's look at the ones without a final consonant. In the conversation, 상민 says, 저는 친구들이랑 등산할 거예요. I will go hiking with my friends. Here, 등산하다 does not have a final consonant. So you add 리을 거예요, and it becomes 등산할 거예요. Let's look at some other examples in the conversation. 내일 백화점에서 사진기나 등산용품을 살 거예요. I will buy a camera and hiking equipment at a department store tomorrow. Here, 사다, to buy, does not have a final consonant. So you just add 리을 거예요, and it becomes 살 거예요. Next, let's take a look at the cases with real final consonant. Typical example words would be 놀다, to play, 살다, to live, 팔다, to sell, and 만들다, to make. Until now, there were many cases where you just needed to remove the final consonant, real, and directly added another grammar. But in this case, you just need to add 거예요 after the stem. For example, 이 과자를 팔 거예요. I will sell this sweet. The stem of 팔다 is 팔. So you just add 거예요 to the stem, and it becomes 팔 거예요. Next, let's look at the 비읍 irregular. Attention here! For 비읍 irregular, you add 울 거예요 with 우, not 을 거예요 with 으. It's a small difference with a stick in the middle, and you may not be able to see the letter well, but it is always 울 instead of 을. The words with 비읍 include 쉽다, easy, 덥다, help, 고맙다, thank, and 가볍다, light. For example, if the word is 쉽다, easy, you can make a sentence like 한국어는 쉬울 거예요. Korean language will be easy. Here, you remove the final consonant 비읍 from 쉽다 and add 울 거예요, so that it becomes 쉬울 거예요. Next, let's take a look at 디귿 irregular. For the 디귿 irregular, you just need to remove the final consonant 디귿 and add 리을 을 거예요. Typical examples of 디귿 irregular would be 듣다, to listen, and 걷다, to walk. For example, 형과 이 길을 걸을 거예요. I will walk this road with my brother. In this sentence, 걷다, to walk, is the original form. Here, you remove 티귿 and add 리을 instead, and add 을 거예요 to make 걸을 거예요. Next, let's look at 시옷 irregular. For 시옷 irregular, you just need to remove the final consonant 시옷 and add 을 거예요. Typical words with 시옷 as the final consonant would be 짓다, to build, and 낫다, to heal. For example, 여기에 집을 지을 거예요. I will build a house here. In this sentence, 짓다, to build, is the original form. You remove 시옷 final consonant and add 을 거예요. So it becomes 지을 거예요, which means I will build. Quiz! Let's improve our understanding by taking a short quiz. What goes in the bracket? 그 회사원은, the clerk would not know. Number 1, 몰랄 거예요. Number 2, 모를 거예요. The answer is number 2. 모르다 means to not know, and it is a verb with no final consonant. So you add 리을 거예요, and it becomes 모를 거예요. Together you read 그 회사원은 모를 거예요. Next, let's go over verb plus 리을게요. You use this to express a promise or a plan such as I will do something. Since this is a first person expression such as I or we, you cannot use it for second or third person like you, he, or they. There are two basic patterns to this. The first pattern is when there is a final consonant in a stem, it becomes stem plus 을게요. Second, when there is no final consonant in a stem, it becomes stem plus 리을게요. In fact, this applies to 리을, 디귿, 비읍, irregulars as well, but since I have already taught you in the previous section, I will skip them here. Let's go over them one by one. First, when a verb does not have a final consonant, you just need to add 을게요. For example, 저 오늘 친구 집에서 먹을게요. I will eat at my friend's house today. Here, the stem of 먹다 has a final consonant. So you add 을게요 and it becomes 먹을게요. Next, let's look at the cases without a final consonant. In today's conversation, Tommy said, 그럼 저도 같이 갈게요. Then I will go together. Since there is no final consonant in the stem of 가다, to go, you add 리을게요 and it becomes 갈게요. I will go. Quiz! Let's take a quiz to deepen our understanding. What goes in the bracket? 한국 드라마를 I will watch Korean dramas. Number 1, 볼게요. Number 2, 봤어요. The answer is number 1. Here, the word 보다 means to see. Since there is no final consonant, you add 리을게요 and it becomes 볼게요. Together, you read 한국 드라마를 볼게요. Okay? The number 2 is wrong because 봤어요 is the past tense, which means I watched. Oh! Now, let's listen to the conversation again, but this time only in Korean. 그럼 확인해보세요.
상민 씨는 다음 달에 무슨 계획 있어요? 저는 친구들이랑 등산할 거예요. 등산? 가을 단풍이 참 아름다울 거예요. 네, 맞아요. 내일 백화점에서 사진기나 등산용품을 살 거예요. 그럼 저도 같이 갈게요.
Now let's practice reading it aloud. I will play the audio one sentence at a time, so please follow along. 그럼 큰 소리로 읽어보세요.
상민 씨는 다음 달에 무슨 계획 있어요? 저는 친구들이랑 등산할 거예요. 등산? 가을 단풍이 참 아름다울 거예요. 네, 맞아요. 내일 백화점에서 사진기나 등산용품을 살 거예요. 그럼 저도 같이 갈게요.
Good job, everyone! Be sure to read aloud at least 5 times. I will announce today's homework. For the first homework, let's make 2 sentences. Please use 올릴 거예요 to write your schedule for tomorrow. For example, 내일 제 친구가 미국에서 올 거예요. My friend will come from the United States tomorrow. For the second sentence, please use 올릴게요 to tell me your determination and promises in learning Korean in the future. For example, 앞으로도 매주 숙제를 할게요. I will do my homework every week. That sounds like a dedicated student. I love it. The second homework is memorizing vocabulary. Please memorize 40 words from number 401 to number 440 on page 6 of the beginner's word list. I have prepared a 40-word quiz. If you memorize 40 words, please give it a try. Also, this is the 20th lesson. As I mentioned earlier, I have a special gift for you. This is a test. Lesson number 16 to 20 will be on the test. I will put a link in the description section below. I hope many of you will come to visit my website to check how much you understand my lesson. I am looking forward to seeing you again next time. 그럼 오늘도 행복 가득, 웃음 가득한 하루 되세요.